What is up, guys? My name is Nick and welcome back to another Black Ops 4 video where we're going to be talking about how to get out and stop dying of those easy gunfights that you definitely should be winning. You ever get into those gunfights, guys, where you know you're going to win it but you end up dying? Well, don't worry, I got you covered in this one, guys. This is how to never die again in those bullshit gunfights and stuff like that. I don't want to say the word, but you guys know what I mean. So I'm going to be talking about that, and I'm going to be giving you guys some great tips in order to actually do better and actually get these gunfights. Now let me know your KD down in the comments below, guys. I want to know what every single person's KD is, so just take a second, leave it down in the comments below. Mine currently is a 1.9. I got to really get that up. I got to get that up there, man. It's dropped a lot ever since I've been trying out like weird weapons like knives and all that kind of stuff. It's definitely dropped a lot, but I'm gonna get it back up there, guys, over a 2.0. Don't you worry, and let me know what yours is down in the comments, and let's get straight into the video, guys. So we're gonna be starting off with a bunch of tips here. The two first tips I'm gonna give you guys is really nothing to do with the gameplay itself, but it has everything to do with the settings of the game, how you guys are actually playing, what settings you guys are playing on, and what to change. So the first one is gonna be changing your sensitivity. If you're one of those players who plays on a super high sensitivity and you realize your accuracy is off, make sure to lower that a little bit, and I'll give you guys a good sensitivity to put it at in a second. And if you're one of those players who plays at a really low sensitivity and people keep shooting you from the back and you have no time to turn on them, well, you should definitely put that up. In my opinion, the best sensitivity in Black Ops 4, and this is my opinion, I think it's 9. I think a sensitivity of horizontal and vertical of 9 is probably the best, and you guys should definitely try to aim to stick it around there, because it's enough to actually turn on people in time, and it's enough where you don't have to actually worry about your accuracy going haywire. The next one, again, is in the settings, guys, and this one is to switch or to flip your L2 and R2 to L1 and R1. You just go into your controller settings, and then there's the little button all the way at the bottom. It says flip switches. I think you press triangle on PlayStation and just flip it. The thing is, for this, the fact that you play with L2 and R2, it just takes milliseconds longer to aim down sights and shoot your weapon than if you were using L1 and R1. The reason a lot of pro players and a lot of good players use L1 and R1 is because it is milliseconds faster, and milliseconds is a huge difference in a game like this. The next tip I want to give you guys is another one that doesn't have to do with the gameplay, but don't worry, guys, we're gonna get into those. But if you guys want, make sure to get yourselves a pair of Control Freaks. These things are definitely worth it. It puts your accuracy like 10 times better than what it is now, and you guys could use code IT'sNick for 10% off. I'll have a link in the description. Let's get into the real tips right now, guys, and one of them is to use the map to its advantage. This is really important. If you're playing on a small map, I definitely recommend playing with SMGs, rushing a lot, and if you're playing on a large map, I recommend playing with ARs or light machine guns and stuff like that, and playing a little slower, waiting for the enemies to go towards you and stuff. Now the thing is, with SMGs, when you're playing on a small map, you definitely want to make sure you're rushing at all times, because it does help you get a lot of kills. You guys are going to be pushing people, they won't expect it, and stuff like that. Another tip is to stay away from the middle of the map, guys, but stick towards the sides to pick off the enemies in the middle. This one is really important as well. You're not going to be going directly in the middle of the map yourself, but there's going to be a lot of enemies running there, and you're going to be picking them off. You're going to be sitting behind a window, behind a head glitch, or anything like that, and you guys could pick them off for sure pretty easily, and they won't expect it. Now another one, guys, this is one that a lot of people end up doing wrong, and I do this myself, and that is let the enemies rush you rather than you rushing them. So if you guys see that there's a bunch of red dots on the map and you want to go to that area, try not to, because if there's 3 enemies there and you run into them, you're most likely going to die, and it sucks, but it does happen. And I know it's tempting, you want to go and you want to turn on them and stuff, but it's tough, man. It's tough to get those 3 kills when they're all looking right at you. So make sure that you let them come to you. All 3 of them will not rush in the exact same place at the same time. So one of them may come to your area, you shoot them down. The other 2 are going to hear that. One of them is going to be more ahead of the other, and you just shoot them down again, guys. Don't even worry about that. But guys, just don't run like a headless chicken around the map rushing everyone. You're gonna end up dying, trust me. The next tip, this one is super important, and I notice people don't do this at all, but guys, minimap awareness, trust me, it's huge. You got to be aware of your minimap. The minimap is different in this game, which is great, and even without a UAV, you guys could see the red dots on the maps and stuff like that, which is really important. If one of your teammates sees an enemy in his sight, you will see the red dot on the map as well. So always look at the minimap. I think out of all my games, over 60% is me looking at the minimap rather than me looking at the map itself. And trust me, guys, start having minimap awareness. It's super important to have, and you guys will be able to pick off people a lot easier. Another one, this is kind of like a funny one. I don't recommend recommend you do it too much, especially if you're playing with friends. But if you're not playing with friends, guys, use your teammates as bait. Yup. Just do it, guys. Just use your teammates as bait. Let your teammates run ahead into the crowd of enemies, and then once all the enemies start shooting at him and they all run out of ammo and they have to reload, that's when you go in and you just drop every single one of them. Trust me, guys, it might not be fun like to use your teammates as baits, especially if they're friends, but it's worth it if they're not friends and stuff. Don't worry about them. Now, if you guys do end up dying within the game and stuff like that, do not ever seek revenge. I'm definitely guilty of this one. I do this a lot, but do not seek revenge. I always end up going on a death streak, and what I mean by seeking revenge is if the guy kills you, don't try to follow him. Don't try to go to where he is on the map to kill him again. If you go in there with anger, your accuracy is going to be bad, your reaction is going to be bad, everything's just going to be bad. So don't go in there. You're going to go on a death streak. It's not worth it. Every time I seek revenge, I at least die 3 or 4 times, and trust me, guys, it's definitely not worth seeking revenge. Now, guys, if you do miss a few shots on an enemy while you're shooting at him and he hits you a lot, you know it's time to back the heck out of that gunfight. Just leave, guys. Get the heck out of there. It is not worth it, and trust me, just stay away from that dude unless you actually could make it around the map and hit him from the back. But if you guys are about to lose a gunfight and you're within like a lot of distance from the enemy, just leave. It's not worth it. Don't try to like back off a sec, reload your gun and shoot him and stuff. He's gonna spray you down, and it ain't worth it. And the last tip I want to give you guys is to stop sprinting around corners. A lot of people do this. I'm guilty of it as well. I can't deny it. But the more you sprint around corners, the more you're going to run into enemies who are aiming down at that corner already. And by the time they're already aiming down, so they could shoot you right away. By the time you stop sprinting, pull out your gun and aim at them, you're already dead. You might get 1 or 2 bullets on them, and that's a lot of people die that way, which is definitely not great whatsoever. But anyways, guys, that is going to be it for today's video. Like I said, if you guys could leave your KD down in the comments below. Mine is a 1.9 at the moment. Got to bring that higher, but don't worry, whatever yours is, guys, just leave it down in the comments below, and hopefully these tips could help you out, and you could come back in like a few weeks, check out what your KD was, and see how much you brought it up. My name is Nick. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new around here, and if you made it this far, make sure to drop a like and leave a comment down below letting me know you made it to this mark in the video. Alright, guys, thank you for watching. My name is Nick, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.